Marty, hello. It's been a while. Yeah, sure. You made it in time. Yeah, I just the ads just ended, I think. So, uh yeah. How what time is it where you are these days? Yeah. 6. Okay. Still in that part of the world then. All right. Well, good evening. It's about 10:30 in the morning over here. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I in my other life, in my work life, I have some colleagues that are uh in in Europe in general, and in India for that matter. So it's time zones are always fun. All right. So, how you been? Good, I hope. Good, good. All right, all right. I've been well, I mean, I guess I've always been doing coding stuff. I don't know if you've seen the last couple of months I've been doing game dev stuff on Sundays. So we're in Godot, playing playing building a game. Just grinding out life as usual. Sure, sure. Yeah. So I spent the last hour or so, just ignore that warning. Ignore that warning. Spent the last hour or so getting it to the point where our zombie, it does not like the camera moving while it's idling. Yeah, but anyway, we have like idle animation on our zombie that is attacking our tower. Oh no. Uh, Also, why couldn't I attack the zombie? That's weird. I should be able to click the zombie. Selection visibility input. Why is my attack not working? Interesting. Okay, well we have a new bug. Let's close that. We have our enemy. Hey Brainless. Hello. How's it going? It feels like forever because I missed last Sunday's stream and all the other streams that I know are on the schedule that I've not been sticking to for a while now. How have you been? Let's see. We have a health component. I think maybe let me just close and reopen Godot. Often that will fix things. We can also see kind of what we've done here, and so we have some animation stuff. Models, textures, bad saving, yes indeed. I am really looking forward to my vacation, which will it's like it's still like 2 months away, but it's gonna be great. All right, a bunch of junk in there. I'm not gonna look too closely at that. Let's relaunch Godot. Bring that over to the screen. There we go. Brainless says I've been well. Going to a very obsessive period, so coding like 18 hours a day. How am I? I see. I don't want to do that. Okay. You'll be lurking? Well, thanks for the lurk. Marty. I'll have to catch. I think I've seen you go live a few times of late. I'll have to see if I can at least lurk in some of your streams. I do try. Yeah, I would say I have something not quite the same going on with work. Some things, let's say, that have been keeping me mentally focused there. And so that is one of my excuses for what's going on with the streams of late. But yeah, I think I do want to kind of renew my focus on streaming things. But yeah, I think especially come the end of November through December, I'll have lots of times for doing streams. One of the things I've been thinking about is specifically doing trying to do like a stream a day come vacation time. So I think to realistically do that, though, I need to get back on my schedule of doing streams semi-regularly and not just on Sunday between now and then. So that is a kind of a short-term goal, is to pick up the frequency of streams. Getting back, I have been not slacking on the Minecraft GTH stuff, but and I know, Brainless, you don't care so much about that, but it's something that I'm dedicated to finishing, and I would like to stream some of that. And then there is I don't know for Fridays. There's always RimWorld. I've been debating if I go back to that, whether I would restart that scenario and fix some things that I didn't quite get set up right in terms of like the ideology stuff. I've also been thinking about X4 recently. Well, a couple of things, right? A couple of the streamers I followed are doing runs of X4 and Factorio Space Age. And so those have been on my mind lately. And so those are things that I might be interested in doing some streams of, but I don't really know. So we have, oh right. So we want to fix this bug first. What the bug is that we can't seem to click the enemy. Shouldn't we see this collision shape? Let's delete this collision shape. Let's go to this mesh, create collision shape, single convex, create. Why can't I see this? Oh, like, shouldn't I be able to see this collision shape? Is it here but tiny? Or what? I think it is. What's up with that? Why did it do that? Hold on, let's save that. Okay, character medium. Wait, I'm confused. Okay, what's oh, I think that no. Do we have some kind of trend? No, we don't have any kind of transform going on here. This mesh. Yeah, this mesh. That's fun. What's up with that? That seems broken. Well, let me guess. No, it can't be 40. That doesn't even work. I don't know what's going on with that, but that's not the right thing. Let's try this again. Hold on. Hide the skeleton? Yeah, this mesh. Huh. What does it mean? Oh. Oh, is this a thing where I need... I don't get it. Okay, so it has points, but it seems like it's very confused about what it's trying to do. Maybe I'm just doing the wrong kind of thing. Let's try one of those other options. Create collision shape. Simplified convex. And where is it? Yeah, it's still down there. That little tiny thing. Why? Oh, yeah. It's interesting because... Okay. Let's try to repeat this process of let's go into this imported scene. Yeah, open it anyway. We go to this model, this mesh, create collision shape, single convex create. Same problem, right? It just creates this little thing. Why? No. This object is read-only. there something... Some kind of train... No, okay. Just trying to understand. Okay. Just bail out of this. Uh-huh, yeah, delete that. Did I have any kind of transform on... this? Not anymore. I guess... Okay, I have something to Google. Okay, so we create collision shape Godot. Animate it. Skeleton. Some of those keywords. Collision shape following bones. You can create a physical skeleton to add collision for bones. So that's what a... Is that what a physical skeleton is? Okay, nope. How to make bones move their collision shapes with animations. If only I knew what that meant. Like, generate a collision mesh based on the animation frame of a model. You really shouldn't. Collision shapes are for static, non-skinned meshes. You'd have to rebake the shape every frame. If you need collision on an animated mesh, you need to set up physical bones. Okay. So maybe I'm just doing the wrong thing. Right. So if we click here, there was an option we saw, and I actually clicked this once. Create physical skeleton. Now, what does this actually do? I don't know. But there are collision shape 3D. Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay. So then when we go to idle and we play, the collision shape 3Ds move with the animation. All right, I learned a thing maybe. So the whole point of all of this is just something. This node has no shape, so it can't collide or interact with other objects. Well, it has a bunch of collision shape 3Ds. Okay. But the character body 3D expects that those collision shapes are directly under it. Deprecated. Animate physical bones. deprecated. This property may be changed or removed in future versions. If you follow the recommended workflow and explicitly have physical bone simulator 3D as a child, you can control whether it is affected by recasting without running this. Okay, so we have a bunch of physical bone simulator 3Ds, so we don't need that on. And that still does its thing. That's good. It seems like character body 3D is not gonna work here based on the warning. This node has no shape, so it can't collide or interact with other objects. Okay, collision. So what are things that we have here? Or maybe I'm overthinking this, where we just need to make like a capsule shape around the whole thing. Yeah, I don't... Do we even need... Let's take like 5 steps back here. Okay. Do we even need to be as sophisticated as all of this? Yeah, we can still turn this off. We don't need that. We can add a collision shape 3D, and it's just going to be a capsule. This is me like, let me throw technology at a problem rather than think about what we actually need to do. All right, so I think if I can grab this handle here. No. There we go. That's how that works. You know what's helpful that I've not done at all yet? You can have multiple viewports. And then we can have like a side view and a top view. And then something like so. All right, so save that and let's see if we can kill the zombie. Yes. Yay, and then a much bigger wave will ensue. Oh, apparently I can hit space there on that button. Anyway, okay, so that worked. That fixed the issue. I'm gonna go ahead and commit everything that we've done so far. Let's see. So add zombies. Oh, I just made this on main. Okay, whatever. It's just me working on this, so I can just commit to main and push changes. All right, so half an hour ago, I said I was gonna work on having a walking animation. I got distracted by Overthinking collisions. Let's put the view back to one viewport. There we go. All right, so now let's run. Actually, let me delete that. Let me double click run FBX. That'll take us to this. And then things I learned. We can import a skeleton. Then on the skeleton, we want to make sure to set the bone map to be skeleton profile humanoid. Check. Well, this will be interesting. We're gonna try something. We can loop on that. Remove unmapped bones. Don't make it unique. This should just be called skeleton 3D. Which is what it's called anyway, so that should be fine. Re-import. Alright, so that gets us a scene that I'm going to open, and an animation player that has a run animation. Now what I want to do is I'm going to copy this animation. Wait, there's a thing. I thought there was a thing. Maybe there's not a thing. I'll just copy this. We'll go back to enemy. We'll go to animation player. We'll manage animations. And we're going to paste run. Cool. Okay. Save that. Delete run. And now we have a run. Idle. Okay, run idle, and then do run. Okay. I think a thing in our future will be figuring out how to edit these animations. Yeah. Honestly, I think I understood the problem with the workflow here. What I really should probably be doing is all of these assets that I've downloaded, I should bring them into Blender and make, probably have everything except for the actual texture, like all the different animations and the skeleton and the model be in a single blend file. Well, maybe what was there's another starts with a G kind of standard format file. Anyway, put all this stuff in there and then import that into Godot, and then we can apply the skin on top, the texture. Is probably a thing to do. But anyway, we have a run. I guess what we need to do is we need to make it so the enemy will play the right animation. So we have an enemy script. How does it work? And we can make this a little bit bigger on screen. Don't I have a side panel that has the overview? Is that in the other side panel? That one? Yeah, let me put that over here. There we go. It's nice to have. So we have a bunch of exports to set things, like how much current currency, gold, I don't know, whatever, you get when you destroy a zombie, an enemy. how much attack it has, what its attack component is, what its health component is, current target, like what is the target that it's currently after, navigation agent. So I guess we have some stuff around physics process where we are moving or not. Thinking here really quick. One of the things I'm thinking about is generally, I guess, I think this is something that we can do in process, not physics process, of looking at what our velocity is. So, something like play animation based on movement speed. So if the velocity is this, then do this, otherwise this. The animation is called what? Root run, root idle. Could we rename those? Yes. It'd be great if it didn't, let's see, call this pose. Call it T-pose. And run. There we go. And so now we have this idle animation. Great. And we can have like an attack animation, I was hit animation, those sorts of things, right? But we can do this. And generally, I don't like putting references like this directly in the script. I've seen it done this way, and I've been doing it this way, and I like having it just like having a top level var of animation player, right? And then there we go. So I think one thing that we can put on the list of things to do is focus on enemies when they spawn in. Do we want to do that? Or maybe not. It can feel very annoying to be intentionally trying to move the camera, to be focusing on a thing and have your have control taken away from you. Show an indicator on screen when enemies spawn in. Yeah, I think that's a start. We'll figure out how that works. And yeah, so we are stacking up things to do, but I think that's good. We spent a lot of time at the beginning just figuring out like how pathing is supposed to work and just general like how the camera's positioned and those sorts of things to give a particular style of game, right? But now there's a lot of little features, a lot of things, and then art stuff to do. And thanks to Kenny, we have some animations and models and textures and stuff. So thanks. Okay, so if I run the game now, this again? Okay, well, ignore it. That only comes up until we okay, so at this point, the character should be isn't moving anymore, so they should be idle. So I'm not sure why they're still running. Okay, also, another thing I would like to do is I haven't had anything about logging, right? Okay. It's add logging framework. Control how detailed logs are. Right, so right now everywhere we're just like printing. And there are, so what I would do in Node, there's a nice little library called debug that was recently compromised, but that's neither here nor there. But it's really nice because what you can do is it's just a really simple thing that will console log, but it allows you to, like, you can define little functions that have scoped logging essentially. Anyway, so something like that so that we can be like, hey, I don't want to see most logging, but specifically from the enemy, I want to see everything, or those sorts of things, and be able to like configure log levels essentially. I think there's some things like that already exist in Godot land, so I may pick up something, or I might just make something depending on what I feel like. But anyway, mainly I want to know, so velocity is a thing. Print. Sure. It is length, right? Magnitude of the vector. You would think that would be good enough. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, playing run animation. So once it gets here, though, also we can have like walk and run animations, so, you know, different things. All right, stop. Never did it idle. It's kind of weird. So that's because when navigation finishes, yeah, we can print navigation finished, but we need to set velocity to be 0. Which really, that's fine. We can still handle motion, even if navigation is finished. Okay. So maybe this will fix it. Yeah. Because what should happen is it paths to here, and once it gets within a certain range that's configurable, there you go. All right, sweet. Nice. Okay. Well, that took a while, didn't it? Implement coaching. A brilliant commit message. What do we actually do? Oh boy, I don't want to open that file. We implemented enemy run and idle animations. Cool. The reason I didn't want to open the file is because we're not saving. I wonder if there's a way to like take the animations that are just like here, global, and save this out. And do I want to do that? I think that I am probably, maybe next time we'll spend more time in Blender. I don't don't know. I don't know. We'll see. Either maybe between streams, I'll mess around with Blender and like trying out a different import process because that was painful. Although most of that was like figuring out things. Um, I might do that just so that next stream we can spend more time coding stuff. But hey, it's a zombie. Definitely spend more time working on the artwork too if we want. But it's a good like little low poly thing for us. All right. Well, I'm feeling the call for lunch. So I want to say thanks so much for coming out to the stream today. Especially when I've been not so great about having a stream to come to.